Good morning, everyone. Jim Clark here at the Synchronicity Sanctuary in Central Virginia to welcome you to another live stream about all data is limitation. That is the subject of today. All data is limiting insofar as it limits pure unified awareness, where illusion dominates truth and we act from fear-based ego. So don't place importance on data. It is more important to detach and develop witness consciousness or dominant unified awareness. We place too much significance on data and the indulgence of it. Developing witness consciousness through meditation and living a holistic lifestyle opens up the possibility of direct experience of unified consciousness as you. This is an unlimited experience of ultimate reality. Everything else is just data projection. And today we're seeing an immense amount of data, more than has existed on this planet up to now. And it seems that the end result is more conflict, more separation, more stress. It's not really solving anything, it's just adding to it. It's all data projection, and it's naming names and all sorts of expressions of conflict. So data is limitation. That locks you into a very limited experience of illusion as reality. The mind, as our teacher taught us long ago, is a illusion generating machine. That's what its whole purpose is. And why meditation, which is a balancing technique which leads to quieting the mind and slowing it down until it stops and gives us the opportunity to have the experience of unified awareness of ourselves as that awareness, as consciousness, because this is where everything comes from. Consciousness has created the human experience to fully experience itself. It's that simple. It has that intention within it, and this is how it's happening. You, I, all, and everyone are going through stages of that process. Those who are still fully immersed in illusion are journeying the what they are not experience. The experience of being other than source, other than consciousness. Those who are meditating and developing more balance so that they can have moments of experiencing themselves as consciousness are in the second stage of that process of that consciousness has created as the creation game. And they are slowly working themselves to become detached from data and to quiet their mind until they can break through and have the experience of unified consciousness as who they are. Because that is what all and everything is. There's nothing else in truth. But in illusion, there's so much more. But it's not really very fulfilling, is it? So all data is limitation, and this is what meditators have been journeying since throughout the history of humanity. If you look at the ancient texts and so forth of meditators who existed in the East long, long ago, that was all they did. I recently watched a video of my teacher, where he expressed the process he would go through before reading a book. He would look at the book, he would look at the subject matter, and he would have to decide whether it was worth taking on that much data, no matter what the book was about. And ultimately he said, rather than reading a book, you're better off staring at a blank wall where there is no data relative to what we know as data. And this is how people did there's famous meditators in the East that did just that, where they stared at a wall or something similar to a wall, where there was nothing to come back to them, or very little data, like a wall doesn't have much data in it. And if you stare at it long enough, you will find that the wall will just simply disappear, because the illusion of the wall, the data of the wall itself, will disappear as you develop more and more balance within yourself, where illusion cannot remain as the focus of your attention. And this is what the history of meditation has demonstrated, though it is not, you don't see it on the news because it's still a relatively small portion of the population of this world that is devoted to meditation as a practice, as a lifestyle. And that's the way it should be, because it simply is the way it is. And if it's the way it is, it's the way consciousness is orchestrating it, because consciousness is orchestrating the show. Our substratum, our truth as consciousness, is orchestrating all of this. Whether it's conflict, whether it's resolution, whether it's peace, whatever it is, it's part of the show to bring us to that point within our own human experience where we begin to delve into meditation, where we begin to create balance within ourselves as one expression of consciousness. And our own illumination is the illumination that fulfills the primary intention in consciousness to fully be itself. And in order to fully be itself, it has to pretend to be something other than itself, which is very good at doing. Do we grow up knowing that we are consciousness? No, we are fully immersed in, identified with whatever our human body is, and whatever our name is, and all the data that we associate with that we become identified with the certificate of graduation, whatever, or with our jobs, whatever credentials we might accumulate through our life, that becomes who we think we are, and we become very invested in that identification. Even though it's all illusion, it's all ego, and it really is, if you look closely at it, it's never fulfilling. So the limitation of data is not only the limitation in our awareness, but when your awareness is limited to something other than unified consciousness, nothing is fulfilling. You might have highs, and we all have highs and lows. We have moments where we're very happy, but those stand out because there are so few of those compared to the other moments we have. And in life as a whole, and as we see developed today with more data than it's ever existed before, and more access to data than it's ever existed before, the world is more torn apart and in conflict today than it ever has known, because now it's a worldwide audience that's playing with the same illusion of separation. Instead of being limited to your local area where your mind is running about this and that, now it can participate in the data projection to the whole world, pretty much, because we have the capacity to watch the news, which can be anywhere in the world, whether it's a developed country or whether it's a very developed country. And all of this growth in the amount of data that we have access to and that we are being bombarded daily with only contributes to the game, the creation game, the game of who we are and who we are not. So it's just the same thing going on, but it's more intense. It's grown to envelop pretty much the whole world. So we're watching it play out. But within all of that, no matter how much data there is that's available for us to participate in and become identified with or focus upon, meditation still remains the one balancing technique that gradually will pull you closer and closer to the experience of who you truly are, which is consciousness, since there is nothing else. Unified consciousness has created this creation game, and so everything in it is the creation of itself, whether it is pretending to be what it is not, or whether it is in the process of discovering what it truly is. In this world, all data is limitation, and if you're not meditating, you're still thoroughly involved with that play, and that's what your life will be all about, which is fine. It's what it's supposed to be. But if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you have already started to become interested, if not practicing meditation and creating the balance for yourself, so that you can break yourself free from the illusions that have plagued you all your life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today about data as limitation, because it is. Unless you're intellectually oriented, which can seem very important and very truthful at times, in the long run it's not. It's just more data, because since everything is really one source consciousness, if the data doesn't teach you that, then it can't, because the only way to know that is to experience that. And the only way to experience that is to break away from all data, to quiet the mind, to become still. And as you become more still, the more you will begin to realize through experience that you are indeed unified consciousness. The one unified consciousness that all and everything is who you really are. And when you have that experience, you'll never want anything else but that. So that's what I want to leave you with today, and I thank you for being here, and I will be here again. I'm not sure when. We have a couple programs coming up, so it might be a few weeks before I can do another live stream, but we'll let you know. Just keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we'll let you know when the next one will be. Thank you so much, and goodbye for now.